Hey, God bless you. Apostle Burgos here. Quick announcement, not going to be long. I'm in my car, as you can see. Just want to make this clarify some issues. I'm having some issues with the request form on my website as far as people inviting me to their church. Everyone has to fill out a request form. Nobody's exempt, whether you're here in the States or overseas, especially overseas. I'm getting a lot of people overseas who are trying to evade that. They're making up all kinds of excuses that it doesn't work, they can't do it, and what have you. But I honestly think they're just trying to evade it. They don't want to answer the questions. And on the questions are vital information that you have to fill out. I need to find out certain things about you, your ministry, your church, where you're located, if I'm going to have any of my expenses covered, which a lot of times they don't. But still in all, I need to find out these things. I just can't just get on a plane and take off. I have to know where I'm going, and also I need to know who you are. I also need to know if you're going to give me an offering. I need to know if you're going to pick me up at the airport. I need to know a lot of different things. And a lot of people are just, again, evading the question. They're just trying to dodge the bullet. And there's no way of dodging the bullet, because no matter how many times you ask me, I'm going to bring you back to the request form. You can find the request form at www.gilburgos.com/requests. Thank you, Peter Anthony, for being here. Bishop Tommy, also Ashon Fida, all the three of you who are watching. So basically, I'm having a lot of people, again, not following the protocol. And if you don't follow the protocol, I just can't come to your church. And if I was to show you the people who are just not really helping, as far as different things on the request form, you'd be amazed how people try to evade simple questions. And it's not fair that a man of God goes to your church. And I got burned many times. I've been to many churches that don't give anything. If a person is going to come and minister to in your church, pastor, whoever you are, or bishop, please give the man of God or the woman of God an offering. Don't let them walk out with nothing in their hands, because all they think, listen, we need more than a pat on the back. Great job, Apostle. Thank you for coming. We need to pay our bills. We have to eat. And if a lot of people are not helping, it makes it difficult for us as a ministry to travel. My wife and I want to do more ministry on the road, but unfortunately a lot of people are not covering any expenses, whether they be gas, tolls, whatever. They just want us to come, and it's kind of like taking a risk, because I don't ask for people to pay me, or I don't ask for people for money up front. I'm assuming that they're going to bless us. But unfortunately, they don't. Some churches don't do that. At the end of the road, my wife and I go to preach and minister the word, and people just thank you, brother, thank you, sister, for coming. See you soon. And I'm lucky if I get a phone call as a follow-up. So listen, you have to bless the man of God. You have to bless the woman of God. Don't just do that. Minister Linda, God bless you, sister. Thank you for joining. Brother Elliot, Brother Shazad, Ashan, whoever else is on this camera. But please, I had to make this public announcement, because many people here are just not doing the right thing. So if you go to my website, it's www.gilburgos.com/requests. Go there and please just fill out the form. It's very, very simple. You fill it out, you send it. My wife and I look at it, we share it with the team, and we think about it, and we consider going. But if you're not doing that, you're tying our hands, and you just want us to go by blind faith. Many people that they want us to come, but a lot of people we don't really know personally, so we're not sure. So if you're not doing that, it makes us, yeah, exactly. You wouldn't go blind faith either. I don't blame you. Thank you, Sister Minister Linda. Thank you. And I just don't jump on a plane to travel 5,000 miles and say, oh, okay, I guess we'll figure it out. I've had people that don't want to pick me up at the airport. I have people that don't want to even supply anything as far as a place to stay, and that's okay. I'll stay in the hotel. But if you don't let me know, I just go there. Now I'm not sure of these things. Then I don't know what to do next. So again, you need to let me know in advance. What am I up against? If anything's going to be paid, if I'm going to have a car or not have a car, don't let me just show up there and then all of a sudden you figure it out, Apostle. And it's very difficult. We cannot do that. traveling is costly, especially overseas. It costs thousands, sometimes thousands of dollars to go on a plane and move around. I have one guy, I have a brother from Africa who's been asking me to come to Kenya for a long time. He finally filled out the request form on my website. And when I got it, now I understand why he didn't want to fill it out. Because he didn't really want me to do anything but just support his ministry. And listen, I don't go to people's churches overseas just to empty out my pockets. I'm going there with an expectation to leave something, an impartation. However, I need to be blessed. I just didn't go there. I don't have all this millions of dollars as people think I do. Just go places and say, okay, I'm gonna drop $1,000 into your church. It doesn't work that way. The people in the overseas need to realize that the people in the U.S. have bills to pay. It's not easy living in the U.S. It's costly. Am I right or wrong? So since it's costly to live in the U.S., people have the assumption that we're going overseas with thousands of dollars to just leave in all these places. We don't have all the funds. We're not big mega ministries, mega churches like what you see on television. We're small timers. The average Joes that you see on Facebook are just regular people. They're not big heavy hitters like you see on television. But most people think that everybody over here in the U.S. has all this money to just go over there and just go. It's not that simple. It costs money. I know Todd Bentley recently, I believe, spent $150,000 to do a crusade. Everybody wants a crusade, but nobody wants to fund it. They want everybody over here to fund it. Everybody has to help. This is the body of Christ. We all have to chip in. We have to spread the gospel. But don't all leave it always to the man of God to pay for everything out of his pocket. I can't tell you how many invites I've had, but I had to turn them all down because people came to the conclusion that I was a wealthy person. I can go here and drop $1,000 everywhere I go. Furthest thing from the truth. That's the reason why they evade the request form. And I'm constantly telling them, listen, I can't go. You can't help us. We can't help you. We have to help each other. If we're going to take this gospel to all the nations, all four corners of the earth, we all need to participate with one another. Hello, Elizabeth. Thank you for being here. We all have to help each other. God bless you. Thank you for the check marks. We all have to help each other and press on and bless the people and reach the countries, but we can't do it. We need your help. We can't do it alone. I'm not using this video to ask for money. I'm just saying that if I'm coming to your church, my ministry, our church, my wife, whatever team I bring, we're going to your church, you have to help. You have to help us get there. Don't expect us to do everything. It's impossible. Okay, it's impossible. Exactly, Tom. It's the illusion that if we are from America, we have the money, and we don't. They don't realize that we have. Thank you too. Blessings. They don't realize that we also have bills to pay. It's very expensive to live, especially where I live in New York, and all those on the East Coast, West Coast, don't matter, USA. We're living in times that it's very expensive to live. We don't have it like that. And people think we do, and we don't. Honestly, most of the people here that are on this broadcast can relate to what I'm saying. And unfortunately, I wish we could do more, but unfortunately we can't. If the people of God would so donate more and support our ministry more, then maybe we could do things like that. And I wanted to start an orphanage in Malawi, and I never got the help, unfortunately. So we had to postpone the whole thing. I felt bad. We had the land, we had the property, but unfortunately we couldn't get everybody on board. So be it. That's history. But in the future, my point is this. People want us to do things and we can't do it because we don't have it. But if I'm just going to the church, to the event, you got to help us get there. And you have to cover some expenses. I'm not asking people to fund it completely, but we're looking for people to help us to get to these places. Again, I keep reiterating this because it's not happening. Not everybody has that money. So when you go there, you open up the envelope and it's a big surprise. I've been surprised many times. And overseas, I went overseas, and when I went, I opened up the envelope and I was very, very surprised. But that's okay. That's besides the point. The point of this video that I'm doing is, people, you got to go to the website and fill out a request form. If you don't do that, I've always said it, don't send me anything on Messenger. I'm going to ignore it. I'm not going to answer it. I'm not going to reply. Go to the website, www.gilburgos.com/request. Fill it out. And then we'll talk it over. I'll call you, call me, and then we'll take it from there. At least 50-50 plus a love offering. Hey, I can do that. I can do that, Sister Linda. Somebody writes, exactly, it's a partnership because majority of us pastors got to work a second job. Exactly. Most pastors are bivocational. They have to work other jobs. They don't have the support. They don't have mega churches. Not everybody's Joel Osteen that have these thousands of people in their church. The average size church of the local church is 50 people, maybe 100 if you're lucky, if you're blessed. But it's not always like that. And how many people tithe? Come on now. Never, excuse me, not everybody tithes. If that's the case, then you're in for a surprise. You're in for a rude awakening. So it's not like that. God fulfilled all desires of the heart. Yes, but God still uses people to bless others. The people of God, the church is so stingy, they're holding back and they're missing the opportunity to be blessed. And my heart goes out to the churches overseas. I can't tell you, I'm not the only one. Many people here on Facebook, preachers and teachers, get requests, but they can't go because the people overseas can't help, unfortunately. But they can't fill out a reform and tell us what we're up against. People from Pakistan, they've done it time and time again. India, Africa, Indonesia, Malaysia, a lot of countries, they request help and then we can't get there and they can't help us. So let me know up front. Please I don't want no surprises. You have to tell our ministry what you can afford to do, what you can do. Because if you don't do that and you try to evade it, I'm going to put you back, send that back to you and say, listen, if you don't fill out the request form, I'm not even going to look and consider me coming to your church. And I don't want to do that because I want everybody to hear the word and everybody wants me to, I want to preach, I want to pray, I want to lay hands on the sick that they will recover. But I can't get there if you don't help us. So please consider it. If you don't fill out the form, it's a no-brainer, people, especially those who are overseas. I'm not going to do it any other way. You can try to slice it, dice it, go behind it and say, listen, I'm an exception, make an exception for me. I'm not doing that. Again, if I was supposed to things that people have sent me, it's ridiculous, and I don't want to even go into that. But my last request was a person from Kenya that wanted me to go there and been bugging me for over a year to go there. He finally filled out the request form, and he didn't want to pay for any expenses. None. No travel, no pickup at the airport, no hotel reservations. Forget about getting around car. That's without the question. No help with taxi. It's just come over here and bless us. We're a young ministry. Guess what? There's a lot of people that are like that. They're young ministry. They're trying to start up. You can't expect them to dish out all this money. It's not possible. So please go back to what I was saying. Go to the website, fill out the request form, and then we'll take it from there. Amen. Thank you for watching this brief video. I'm in my car. I don't usually do videos like this, but I wanted to make this announcement so people can know where we stand as a ministry. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for your support. Thank you for everything you've done as far as helping us. Somebody writes here, Apostle Paul reached out to the churches in Macedonia, encouraged to help meet the need in Jerusalem. The churches in Macedonia weren't doing good, but they begged Paul to give. If God, I can't see the rest. That's a good point, but we're living in a different time. We're not in the days of Paul. We're in modern day 21st century. We're not back in those times. And a lot of churches are not together here, unfortunately. Back then, the churches were more unified. Today, we don't have that unification. We have a lot of separation, a lot of division, and it's not like it was for the days of Paul. So to address that comment, that's what my rebuttal to that is. Okay, blessing to you, Sister Linda. Thank you for being here. I gotta run. I gotta go do something. But anyway, that's it for now. God bless you. Keep in touch. Until next time I see you, may the Lord richly bless you. Shalom.